Ladies and gents, welcome in to the second leg of our doubleheader here. A massive round of 16 tie from Seattle, the host, United States, taking on Belgium. There was a flyover, there was fireworks there as the national anthem went off. It's all been happening here, and it's all been happening off the pitch as well. Florian Balogun is going to play. I don't know my thoughts about that one, but hey, he's playing. Let's get in the lineups. Freezing goal for the Americans. Freeman, Robinson, Ream, and Richards at the back four. Tillman, Adams, and McKennie in midfield. Pulisic on the left. Jorginho Dest on the right. And Florian Balogun is up top. For Belgium, Thibaut Courtois in goal. Timothy Castagne and Maxime de Kuyper with Ngoy and Mekele at the back. Nicola Raskin and Amadou Onana start centuries. A whole new midfield combination there. Luke Bacchio goes on the right. He comes into the starting 11. Yuri Tillemans in the 10. Leandro Trossard continues on the left. And Charles de Ketelada is going to be the centre forward starting over Romelu Lukaku. That means the options for the bench are both these two sides. Austin Trusty, Gio Reyna, Tim Weah, Brandon Harrison, Sebastian Berhalter, and Ricardo Pepi on the bench for the United States. For Belgium, Thiat, De Winter, De Bas, Munier, Doku, De Bruyne, Van Aken, and Romelu Lukaku. All options on the bench. Big decisions made by the manager. Rudy Garcia not putting in De Bruyne, not putting in Doku, not putting in Lukaku. Starting Onana and Raskin in the midfield. It's a very different side. It's got more legs. It's a more mobile, physically combative side. I like it. They're going to take it to the US here. So important they start well, but then as the game goes in the second half, that's when you bring on De Bruyne. That's when you bring on Doku. That's when you bring on Lukaku. You get through unscathed until then, and it's game on. This is what they brought Mauricio Pochettino in for. Games like this, try and win these type of games for the United States. Rudy Garcia, I've been somewhat impressed so far with what he's done. Well, he's made some good substitutions. He's made a big call today to leave out Doku, to leave out De Bruyne. It means he's putting his cards out there for everyone to see. But I like he's taking it on. Made the bold decision. And hoping he can back it up. His team can back it up out there now. About to get the countdown ready here for kickoff. The winner of this one facing off against the European champion Spain. What a day in Seattle. Look at the sun's out there. So we are underway here from Seattle. Sun is out. A great afternoon here for football. It's United States in their change. Dark and blue strip from left to right. It's Belgium in their change. Blue and pink colours from right to left. Belgium attacking this goal to the left here. And a long throw for Maxime de Kuyper. De Kuyper, long throw. Took it on the near post. Ball up for grabs. Tillemans hits it. And what a hit. Oh. Timothy Castagne So close to make it 1-0 inside of a minute. Freeze was there, though. And that man would have enjoyed that sort of save as well. Hugo Lloris. Forced to Castagna just takes it on and clawed away from the top left corner. Vibrant start already. Belgium, after that really sluggish start versus that Senegal side on this field. Amadou Onana, Mekele, big boys in there as targets. There's Maxim the keeper, left-footed out swinger. To the keeper. To the back post. The Ketelada heads it, but straight to the hands of the goalkeeper. Bright start what they've made, though. It was a crazy comeback on this ground last time out. 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes from the 86th and 89th minute there to keep them in this tournament. The United States had a good start, a vibrant start versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. A goal at the end of the first half, however, and a goal right at the end of the match in a 2-0 victory. As the United States come forward, headed away by Nikola Raskin. Put out a play for a Malik Tillman throw here. Talked a lot about them in the prediction video. That midfield of Adams, McKennie, and Tillman. In particular, Tillman and McKennie, who I thought were fantastic versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. A different task here, though. Amadou Onana's got great ability to win the ball back, great physicality. You see it there, getting a toe in. And Nikola Raskin is the ever-busy midfielder. Raskin, beautiful weight of pass. Seeing the task of Charles de Ketelada, couldn't get on the end of that one. And the Chris Richards clearance, deflecting. Look back here and out of play for United States, throwing that far left-hand side. Anthony Robinson will take this throw for the United States in that sun-baked far side of the ground. Eventually, these shadows will lengthen and become covered in the afternoon shadows, but for the time being, that left-hand side is going to be very hot, not just metaphorically, but also in the sun as well. Poor hit. Thibaut Courtois always come and claim that one. Looking for the suspended Florian Balogun, who's somehow still playing today. Thibaut Courtois now just taking his time over this one here. Again, the United States not looking to press. Happy just to stand off here. And as such, the Belgian side happy just to control the football. Courtois long. Looking for Leandro Trossard. Not to his advantage, though. Coming the other way, Serginho Dest. Standout performance. Gets Australia and the opening game versus Paraguay. Someone who can slot in as that hybrid right wing back, but is listed as the right winger in this side. See that Castagna effort. And that is absolutely destined for the top corner. What a save from the keeper. Referee not buying. The USA shouts for handball. Onana. Ngoy back to Thibaut Courtois. He's back in the lineup today, Ngoy, from the starting 11. Accompanying Mekele. Tiat just caught out too many times, I thought, last time that. And looks like Rudy Garcia believes that's the same thing here. Goes with an Ngoy. He's not as tall, obviously, but a little bit more agile, a little bit more mobile. And all in all, got a little bit more about him, I think, on the football as well. They've gone with not the big names, but rather players that can match the intensity and pressure of which the United States will want to play at. The US want to play an up-tempo game, get in the face of the opposition, And Belgium seem to match that. Big focus of that here early on to just nullify what the United States want to do. And having Amadou Onana starting 11 is a big advantage. I think they've been missing him in the starting 11 so far. And there's options on the bench to obviously add that quality in there if you need to. But if these dudes can run it out in midfield, that would be massive for the side. Like Bacchio fouled from behind net by Anthony Robinson. Getting the United States just slow and steady out from the back, yep. Maxi the Cape had probably one of his worst games I've ever seen him play last time out. Just getting caught out of position, careless in possession. Needs to be more switched on today, especially with Serginho Dest being his assignment. Arguably the US's biggest X-factor player. Freeman away from the Trossard press. Tielemans wins that ball cleanly. Onana on the turn, beautiful from Amadou Onana. Now Luke Bacchio. Tyler Adams for company, the Bournemouth man. Luke Bacchio. Ball on the right, Castagna. Tielemans just missed his kick. Big chance. Beautiful flowing move from the Belgian side. Similar to the Spanish. It looks like they've come good at the right stage of the tournament here. And yes, they haven't played some massive names yet, but at least the ball's humming. It's moving from side to side, in and out of feet. And that move there, they just caught the US. All sorts of unbalanced. Yuri Tielemans, he'd love to have his time back at the end where he scored those two important goals for Senegal. Just missed his kick. Anthony Robinson let that run. Luke Bacchio showed too much of that to Tyler Adams, but bounced back the way of Timothy Castagna, and Belgium can work from the right side to the left side here with Maxime de Kuiper. Brandon Mecca there. Luke Bacchio. Powerful, low-driven diagonal to the man that's looking like he's leaving Arsenal. And Leandro Trossard. What an impact he's had at that football club. Oh, Raskin picked up a loose ball. Nicola Raskin and tapped home by Charles de Catalara. Belgium brilliance. And Charles de Catalara, who's basically been a passenger throughout the whole tournament, is the fox in the box there. And has pounced to the loose ball in the box. And Belgium clinical. And they take the lead here in front of this shocked US crowd. And that is just willingness and hunting from Belgium. It's a great crossfield pass from Luke Bacchio to pick up Leandro Trossard, but this is where the attack comes alive. The cross is blocked straight up into the air. And the header from Freeman's really to nowhere. And Nicola Raskin's first to pounce on it. Gets the ball into a dangerous area. Everyone is onside. He's in front of everyone. And where Ream and Anthony Robinson are caught flat-footed. They're caught ball-watching. And it's Charles de Catalara using his instincts, who we've seen in his time at Atalanta, to pounce first. And he could wander in and tap home to an empty net. A perfect start here for the Belgian side in front of this massive sold-out Seattle crowd. And is that one step now into the quarterfinals to take on the Spanish. Mekele close contact with Balogun. Tyler Adams, so Weston McKennie here, looking to make the instant response, but Serginho Dest slipped. De Ketelaere now with some confidence and some belief. Great turn. And he's been tripped there by Tyler Adams. Brilliant link up between Yuri Tielemans and De Ketelaere. Tyler Adams, not much he can do about that. De Ketelaere overcommitting and then being taken out there. Belgium making the ideal start. The best way to keep a home crowd quiet. Get on the scoreboard early and get some good possession. That's what they've done early on here. 6 attempts to naught. Nana rising and winning that aerial duel. He is going to be an absolute brick in midfield. They will not be able to get past him. What a touch from Timothy Castagna to win that ball back. Mekela and the keeper. Enjoy the patience that Belgium have played with early on here. They've been happy just to keep the ball at the back. Draw the United States in and force them to press hard to win this ball back. Nicola Raskin. Trossard. Turning away from Freeman. In the end, the hybrid fullback got his foot in. Freeman showed too much of that. Had a play for a Belgian on this near side who've got some big, big names on the bench. Experienced figures. Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, Romelu Lukaku, Rudy Garcia demanding more of his side. Look at that on the touchline. Ping-balling around, Nui Tillemans pounced on that. Raskin the header. And Chris Richards is fouled. Oh, sorry, he's just got one on the head there, so they just pause for the head knock. This is a pick up where you left off type performance for Belgium. This is how they finished that game versus Senegal. Keeping possession, looking forwards, looking to create their opportunities, and all of a sudden their front line looks $1 million. Chris Richards and Ketelada battling. Look back here on the loose ball. Ketelada again. Is that ball going to stay in play? Yes, it will. Beautiful from the Atalanta man. Little chop inside. Look back here. He's also continuing chop inside. And lay the ball off to Raskin. Great return pass to the Ketelada. Sets her back to Amadou Onana. Ketelada. Step overs. Put it in. Oh, not fully dealt with again. Trossard. Looking to pounce on those half balls. And then Belgium are just penning in the United States. Trossard keeps it alive. Freeze with the catch. Another half chance on a cutback. The ball just not landing at the right people's feet. Belgium really could have been 2 or 3 up by now. And it's loose again from the United States. Tillemans. Great feed in there to Ketelada. Trossard. Trossard. Oh, he's rising. Belgium have come to play here. They have come to put the pressure on the United States. Now crumbling under it. And he's just a striker's instinct there from Charles de Ketelada. Wanted to get there first. Willed it in. And sometimes it's all it takes. Anthony Gordon yesterday for England. Hunting a loose ball. Getting a penalty kick for them. In knockout stage games where it can be so tight. Even earlier today. 1-0 Spain win over Portugal. Sometimes it's about working harder and putting in that extra effort. The extra 5% at times can be the difference in a negative result or positive result. That ball over here, straight into the hands of Thibaut Courtois. The Belgium onslaught can come back again. Courtois lays that ball down, just encourages the US to press. Ngoy. Balogun closing down that ball. Robertson taking too long on it. It's been crowded out and won back by Leandro Trossard now. Great energy from the Ketelada coming from behind, putting that pressure on Anthony Robertson on his blind side. Mekela out to the Kuiper. To Nicholas Raskin, who I assume will try and get a little bit further forward than Amadou Onana at times, but at the moment it's seeing a little bit deeper in that midfield combination. You've seen the true colours here, the likes of Freeman and Dest, giving the ball away carelessly. And you've got teams that can play good football, can keep the ball. Versus other weaker sides. They've gotten lucky with the draw. Really lucky. Probably to the worst of Paraguay, the worst of Australia. Lost versus Turkey. And And saw a Bosnian side that were just, I think, overwhelmed by the situation. The USA now finally met a team that know what knockout football is about, and they play great football at a high level. And all of a sudden, things aren't as easy for the host nation. Even with things handed them on a plate, Belgium getting his suspended rescinded after almost going through the Achilles and snapping the calf of Tadic Muhamovic in that last game, the round of 32. That's a disgrace. Have a team don't deserve to go through. It's the United States. It's going to be a state, no matter what the results, it's going to be a state on this side that Florian Balogun got to play today. Great footing by Trossard. Good battling there by Onana to get ahead of Pulisic. And he's gone down and he's pointing straight away to the bench. Got the tape on that right knee as well. Let's hope this is nothing more than just a jarring or locking motion. Because Amadou Onana is going to be massive for this side. Let's have a look at this sort of... Oh, I guess his knee caught under himself and also overextends in the reach of the ball. This will be a huge shame for Onana and Belgium. Have a chop with Rudy Garcia. He's got his hand in his head, which is not a good sign. I think he might be in trouble here. Amadou Onana. Such a shame. Such an important player, I thought, for this matchup on this side. Means Yuri Tielemans will drop in deeper alongside Nikola Raskin. You lose that athleticism, you lose that size and that running capacity as well. Thibaut Courtois goes long and finds Luke back here with a great find. He fancies this matchup here versus Anthony Robertson. Amadou Onana is sitting down. That's not a good sign at all. And on comes Vanaken. So long through for Belgium. Down to 10 for the time being. Amadou Onana. Thoughts for him and that knee of his. Castagna. Great ball in. Chris Richards heads away. And now USA want to get the second balls. Ball back to Ngoy. And he can search back for the keeper, Thibaut Courtois. Has come off his line. Well played from Thibaut Courtois. And another Belgian player down here. Brandon Mekela. He's in some serious discomfort here. Coming together, I think the ribs has been hurt here. Players coming the side of him. His own teammate in the end, Yuri Tielemans, got them right in the rib. And Nana has to make way. Vanaken on in midfield. The Kuiper in strongly on Serginho Dest. Dest, Tillman. Gave the ball straight to Luke Bacchio. Oh, great touch away. A secondary. Oh, pass to Reed, Luke Bacchio. The Ketelaro returns the ball to him. Back here just shoves Adams in the back, but a barnstorming run from the wide man, causing all sorts of problems. And you think that they've still got Doku to come on. This is great hard yards early from the Belgian wide man. So 21 minutes down on the clock. Belgium made the bright start. They got the goal. Thanks to Charles de Ketelare. And now they're just fighting on it. Oh, poor mistake for Richards. Oh, they almost gave the ball out to Ketelare there. Perhaps they're just fighting to keep control of this game here after a few injuries. And obviously Amadou Onana going off. It's a retooled midfield now with Vanaken at the 10. Here with Tielemans and Nikola Razkin in midfield now. You lose that size. That, I think, was a massive advantage against players like Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie. You go to a creative midfield combination, an aggressive midfield combination of Tielemans and Raskin. I'll have to win the ball back, but aren't as skilled at that as obviously Amadou Onana is and his size. So a little momentum shift in favour of the United States now. Freeman out to Dest this right-hand side. De Kuiper with the assignment there. Freeman. Little back heel, partially broken away by Yuri Tielemans. The pass was behind Charles de Ketelare as Belgium wanted to get out there. This is a good spell for the United States. McKennie's drifted out on this right-hand side here. Ball over the top for Balogun. Mekler all over him. Dest can't get the better of De Kuiper. Both went to ground. And in the end, in the favour of Belgium. De Kuiper shielded the ball well. That is time then for the first interval. Quarter time break comes here with Belgium leading 1-0. De Ketelare's goal the difference. But a fantastic start from the Belgian side against the United States. It's 1-0 here as we have our first break. We are back here from Seattle. Currently Belgium on top, playing the better football early. Getting the results of that. In hostile territory, no less. It's a ravenous United States crowd here in Seattle. But right now, their side are trailing. And that's their side that has to make the response. So Courtois long. Anthony Robinson wins that aerial duel. I think the intensity of which Belgium have played at has been well managed. They're not going to be able to go toe-to-toe in terms of the high pressing and the back and forth, open nature that United States would probably want to play at. But what they've done is when they've had the opportunity to go quick, they have. And they've sliced through the United States at will at times. What they've also done well is when they don't want to go, they'll keep possession across the back line in their own half and force the United States to chase them. Force them to expend their energy. Whilst Belgium are quite comfortable in possession. Say that. And Goy gives a poor pass away. United States come the other way with Adams. Pulisic. Look back here, putting pressure on him. To Anthony Robinson out left. Castagna faces him up. Freeman looking for that give and go. Really poor layoff for Serginho Dest. Fizzer in there. Good touch on by Vanaken. Off the bench, the Club Brugge man, fantastic in the opening 4 matches of the UEFA Champions League last season, where Club Brugge made a good start to the league phase. Hell of a lot of goal contributions, playing that number 10 role. This is what Belgium want, though. Calmness in possession, forcing the United States out of their shape to chase them down, to chase second balls and third balls. The more the game is like this, the better it is for the Belgian side, especially when they've got the early 1-0 lead. They're in the driver's seat. De Ketelaere and Ream. Second ball, De Ketelaere winning that one. That ball come of Anthony Robinson. Look back here, will take the throw on the far side. Long throw, Anthony Robinson, though, getting a foot in. United States can come away with it now. And Racing just kicked through the back of Weston McKennie there. And he's given United States a bailout. The referee having a very stern talking to with Nikola Razgan. Just stepping on the top of the foot there of Weston McKennie and giving them a chance to get back in possession. Freeman to Chris Richards. Anthony Robinson on his left-hand side. Lays the ball inside to Christian Pulisic, who skips away from one challenge and rolls that ball into Balogun. They've been bounded over by Brandon Mekela. And the referee has given a free kick 20 yards away from the goal. A rare Balogun touch. And Brandon Mekela just a little bit overzealous. Just getting coming together of feet there. Important set piece here. Malik Tillman scored one to seal that game versus Bosnia-Herzegovina from a very similar position. He got up and down quite comfortably in the end. So he'll obviously be the man to take this one. Around 20 yards out. A very central position, though. Tillman. Oh, it's in! Malik Tillman's replicated some of that free kick brilliance once again. And the roof's lifted off Seattle. A Tillman swerver. And Thibaut Courtois had no idea where that one was going. And against the runner play, United States struck back. And it's the midfield maestro, Malik Tillman, to do it again. Oh, it's taking a nick. It's come off Vanaken. Courtois would have had it covered if it wasn't for the touch of Vanaken, who just sent Courtois the wrong way. And Malik Tillman's conversion from free kicks continues to be very, very high this tournament. Back-to-back free kick goals for him. The United States, can they carry this momentum now? I feel like the change came after Nana was forced off with his knee injury. That saw the momentum swing in the favour of the United States. Saying that, though, Belgium have remained solid and strong in this one. Great flick on from Vanaken to Ketelara. Vanaken owes them one now. Bacchio to Ketelara. Tielemans. Out to the left-hand side. We haven't seen much of Leandro Trossard in a while. Here he is. 1v1 with Serginho Dest. Freeman as support. Trossard stands it up again! And an instant response from Charles de Ketelara! The big Belgians brace. And an instantaneous response from the brilliant de Ketelara. It hasn't been his tournament, to be honest. But when they're calling on him here in a big knockout stage game, he is standing up. A rare chance for Leandro Trossard to get 1v1 versus Dest. He knows he has the bettering of him. And again, Tim Ream gets outplayed, outbodied, and outworked by the Ketelara. He wanted it more. And got his head on it and nodded it home from close range. Sometimes the simple game for Belgium, get the ball to Leandro Trossard, get the ball to Yuri Tielemans, and fire in chances to that man up top, the Ketelara, who's found his shooting boots today. 2 poachers' efforts. A tap home from 4 yards and a header from Basie right on the goal line. The USA are vulnerable. They're not a strong side. They're yet to be challenged. And Belgium are doing that today. And they got the better of them there twice. Instantly after that first goal was scored by Tillman. Freeman coming back with it. Can there be a 4th goal in the first half? No. Crosswell dealt with by Maxime de Kuiper. Raskin had a foot left on him then. And that's going to be a booking surely. There was studs showing. Yellow card. Now let's have a look at this because... Oh, gee. It's the foot that kicks up later on, but it's past the player by then. That's a bad challenge from McKennie. Shake your hand all you want. He's left 2 feet there. And that is on the line of a red card. This is where you see the levels of the European sides on the world stage. If we look towards the quarterfinals, we already have 3 of the 5 teams that are European, of the European variety. Chance for up to 5 of the 8 teams to be European. If Switzerland get the better of Colombia, and obviously Belgium win here. Norway bettering Brazil. England bettering Mexico. Right now, Belgium bettering the United States. Portugal and Spain took each other out with Spain beating Portugal there. And obviously France getting the better of Paraguay. The quality of the European sides, the ability to endure pressure and ride waves and flows of momentum. It comes to the forefront in the knockout stages. These top sides that have top players in big competitions know what these are all about. You can just see some of these US players aren't up to the mustard that some of these Belgian players are, who are playing inspired today, it feels like. Raska trying to feed a ball through to Leandro Trossard, who's working hard versus Freeman here, but this ball's run out of play. United States through, deep in their own half here. Richards, freeze. We mustn't forget, made a very, very impressive save tonight. Timothy Castagna inside of 50 seconds. That was the start that Belgium made. They got on the front foot and looked to get the game in their favour. United States yet to beat Belgium in a competitive match. They played a friendly only months before the World Cup tournament started. 5-2 victory to Belgium that day. It's looking of that sort of similar ilk today. Very open game. Chances at both ends. Attacks are on top. Great foot in by Raskin. Luke Bacchio fancies chances again. Ball fizzed into Ketelara. Back to goal. Turning away from trouble. Luke Bacchio. The ball just pinging from feet to feet right now. It's a brilliant watch from this Belgian side. Mekele. The Kuiper. It's a loose ball. McKennie applying the pressure. Tielemans enduring that pressure. And past the open side now where Timothy Castagna of Fulham is. There is Luke Bacchio. The Ketelara has drifted here. Making that run to that right-hand channel. Raskin, who's been a little bit everywhere so far at the start of this matchup. The Ketelara, right now no one in the box for Belgium. Vanaken wandering in there. Tielemans. Luke Bacchio. Devilish delivery. Vanaken was on the end of that. Important touch for Tyler Adams. There's a real flow and coherence about this Belgian side. In the absence of that man, Kevin De Bruyne. In the absence of Jeremy Doku. It's seeming like it's working today for them. Hasn't Luke Bacchio been a vibrant character here from the start? Tielemans a low out swinger. Touched on. Oh! It was touched on by Leandro Trossard at the near post. And Freeze had to get down well to make that save. Great touch there from De Kuiper. And a secondary touch from De Kuiper. This is what we know him to be at Brighton. It was a rare off game for him versus Senegal, where he was just so wasteful on the ball and so exposed defensively. I was quite astounded the way he was playing in that game there. But this is what we know him to be. Mekele. Lofted ball forward. Vanaken competing. Freeman winning that duel though. Belgium would love a third here before half-time, or love at least to sustain for the 3 minutes of possession in the final third to put this American side really under the pump. Tim Ream. With Adams now. Belgium playing with gusto, with vigour. With a level of belief right now that they deserve to be into the quarterfinals. Balogun looked to be found in behind. Great foot in though by Ngoy, who's been brought in for that manner there to keep Balogun quiet with his athleticism and closing down speed there. Nate Tillman across to Tyler Adams. His Pulisic has been quiet so far. Got the tough assignment of Timothy Castagna. Oh, pass loose from Pulisic to the legs of Adams. Tielemans back with Fulham's Castagna, who is probably the most Mr. Consistent you can ever ask for. Always delivering for Belgium, for Fulham. Ball back with Thibaut Courtois. Searches for distance on that kick. Onto the Ketelara direction. Richards wins that initial header. Kept alive by Tielemans in there. Pounced upon by the Kuiper. And back by Vanaken, who adds, I guess, a sense of bit of size in midfield, but in a forward direction rather than defensively. But since Tielemans has dropped deeper, he's not put a foot wrong, the Belgian skipper. Coming off that heroic display with a header and a very, very late second period of extra time penalty to win that game versus Senegal and to send Belgium into this matchup here versus the United States. Spain await the winner. And Chris Richards into the back of Vanaken and fouling the Club Brugge midfield attacking man. Here is that. Oh, it might be Raskin with the flick in the end. That nearly got past Freezer the near post. One of those low ones that bounce just in front of the keeper. Always difficult. These Belgian fans finally have something in the first half to smile about. Their first half performance have been so poor so far in the World Cup. In particular, the last one versus Senegal. Maxime de Kuiper. Good ball. The header. Oh. And at the near post, Luke Bacchio should have done a lot better. Free chance. The line was all set up deep. He ran near post and had the freedom of the box to himself. And just mistimed his header. Couldn't get around it. Wow, will they rue that missed opportunity? Could have almost taken it down and gone on the volley. He had that much time in the box. Oh, Castagna flat-footed. Robertson got there ahead of him. And Christian Putz is looking for that return ball to the active Anthony Robinson. McKennie back to Tim Ream. Little dummy there by Mr. McKennie. Balogun, though, couldn't get there first. Final few moments in this first half. The US trying to strike back late. The Ketelara early. The response from a free kick that was deflected in for Malik Tillman. And then instantly another response for Charles de Ketelara. Large favour of the momentum in favour of Belgium. They've had the better moments, better possessional play, better forward actions. But whenever the US can get forward and into the final third, they do pose a threat. Dest, misplaced pass. And Goy got a toe in. That's a play, though, for US story near the corner flag. And over to take it is the goal scorer, Malik Tillman. And the referee has a talking to some of the players in the box here. Making it very clear to Chris Richards. No holding. No pushing on the keeper. The referees have made that very clear in this tournament. And despite the trend of the long throw from the Premier League, it hasn't quite correlated over to the World Cup fully. Jostling in the box. Oh. And Balogun in there. A shot that went well wide and well high of the mark because it took a nick. And Goy getting his body in between Balogun and the goal. As we tick towards the final minute of the regulation. And we'll find out we've got 6 minutes of stoppage time here. And another injury, couple of goals. And some stoppages in there as well. It's been given as a goal kick because VAR's checked it. It's a great use of the technology there. I really enjoyed how they've officiated that rule so far in this tournament. Done it well. Tielemans. Trossard trying to get through on that far side. Unable to be found, though. Capers throw. Going to get more yards on the touchline here. Because headed back out of play by Freeman. To Cooper again. To Ketelada. Great footwork from Vanaken. Couldn't get away from Freeman, though. Loose ball picked up, though, by the Belgian side. Nikola Razkin. Ball trying to play it back around the corner. Looking for the midfield man. He just wanted it more there. And still kept it in play. Well done. To Raskin. No. It's just run out of play. Great fighting in there by him. He's a great start to this one. Belgium have outworked, and been more skillful than that United States midfield, which came to the game off the back of back-to-back good performances when they've started together. Serginho Dest getting away, but the Kuiper got the closing speed to get in ahead of him and then make the challenge. Really well done by Maxime de Kuiper. Serginho Dest had nothing to do there, and he ran himself down a dark alleyway in the end and into a brick wall. Look back here now. Just darting inside and looking for a central option, which presents itself in the form of Raskin. The overlapping one for Timothy Castagna, who can whip a ball in. It's overhit. It's going to come to the other side where Leandro Trossard is. Last time he delivered a ball in the box, it was dangerous. Trossard, and win a corner from Freeman. Trossard knows it. Freeman tried to claim it. Belgium go short. Ngoy. Look back here. Ooh, pulled it wide. Another well-worked set play from Belgium. And look back here on the end of another set piece. This time on the effort. On his left foot. Not his head up. They're even more alert than the Americans. They're just probably a good 5 yards off at the start of this match. Foul given there for Trossard's challenge on Malik Tillman. Belgium even going to a man-to-man press at times, like we just saw there. It's a different Belgian side today. They're playing inspired. They're playing some great football as well. Not only with the ball, but also without it. Balogun looked to get inside here. Always favoured Thibaut Courtois, who did not catching it, rather than letting it bounce off him and into the grateful feet of Ngoy. So noise lifting around Seattle. 2 more minutes to go. We played 2/3 of stoppage time. 4 out of 6. Anthony Robinson. Back to Tim Ream. Can the United States find an incisive pass? That's more like it for them. Again, though, trying to play to Serginho Dest, and Maxime de Kuiper is in the way. Don't know where this performance was versus Senegal. We see it for Brighton almost now week in, week out after a slow start to life over there. This is what he produces most weeks for Fabian Hurtzler's side, and we're able to do now on the European stage for Brighton this season. Crossfield pass overhit over shorter stature Leandro Trossard by Ngoy. Rudy Garcia continuing to bark orders in the final minute of stoppage time. Chance to Ketelara on the score sheet twice. Early on in the first 10 minutes, and then instant response to the United States. Malik Tillman, free kick goal. And Belgium have held the United States at arm's length. Being like a big brother, the little brother, just sort of, you can stay there. That's what they've done so far. Whether it be their press, their ball playing, or their defensive work. They've just managed this game really well. De Ketelara pressing Richards. For a moment that ball was a little bit loose. Tillman. Little nutmeg on Raskin. Could this be a chance for the United States? Balogun. Great closing down by Ngoy. The man whose task is to keep Balogun quiet has done that very well. Here's the Malik Tillman quality on display. Pulisic now over for this corner kick. The Pulisic out swing up. Right-footed ball to come in. Final strokes of stoppage time here. Check the Courtois. And that's just us the half-time. De Ketelaere double. Tillman deflected free kick goal. That's how we leave for the interval. A very, very vibrant start for Belgium. Probably their best of the tournament so far. They lead USA 2-1 here. And we'll leave for a short half-time break. Alrighty, guys, so second half action not too far away. That double for Charles de Ketelare in the first half, the difference. Possession pretty level throughout. 53% of the ball for Belgium. 1.9 XG versus 0.42 though. The 4 big chances to naught in favour of Belgium. 11 shots to 3. They've made the better of the forward-going actions despite possession being relatively even throughout. And somehow there's more final entries for the United States versus this Belgian side. So substitutions at half-time. Doesn't look like there's any that I've seen. And as I say that, here is Gio Reyna on screen. So he's going to be coming on the park. Maybe Serginho Dest's coming off. So, yep. It's a positive move for the United States. Serginho Dest looked off it today, giving the ball away on a plethora of occasions. So Dest the first to make way. McKennie's also on a yellow card. We might see him substituted shortly also. So now Borussia Mönchengladbach. Serginho Dest. So can that move be enough to spring the United States to life here? And have that quality over this Belgian side. It looks so good in this one. Big 10 minutes for the Belgians just to absorb early on here. Because you assume the United States will come out after halftime firing and ready to go. Mauricio Pochettino would not have been too kind with his words for this set of players after what they put up in the first half. The way they played their football in the first half can instill Rudy Garcia and the set of players and the playing group a lot of confidence. The way they outplayed and linked up the game so well going forward as well, this United States side. Because they come in here with all the belief and all the confidence, the momentum. Belgium, after sort of managing to trip over themselves and get out of the group stage, and far from convincing comeback victory in the round of 32 at this ground. They weren't coming in here with much belief, I don't think. Trossard, Tielemans, under pressure from two Americans, and eventually it's won back by Malik Tillman, carried away by Christian Pulisic. Pulisic left that ball behind, so look back, yo. Had it, but then let it run away from him. So look at the shape. It's going to be Malik Tillman obviously down the middle. Robinson and Pulisic on the left-hand side. Gio Reyna also quite central as well here. So might be a case of two number 10s there in Tillman and Pulisic. And then you got Adams and McKennie and Coe a little bit deeper. Let's see how it fully, because it looks like it's actually Tillman on the right. McKennie on the right, Pulisic on the left, Tillman and Ray central. Tillman, it looks like going to be a bit more central here. There's Gio Reyna. Couldn't quite get that ball under control. Trossard in his own half. Tielemans, look back, yo. And put that shot out of play there, Nicola Raskin. Fair few early touch here for Leandro Trossard. I think he can continue to get involved in this game. I want to try and feed him the football in this second half and let him produce some of that quality in the final third, in particular if their backs are against the wall, especially in early goings here. Yuri Tielemans and Raskin will continue to shut down the middle of the park, and Vanaken needs to support them like he is here. Anthony Robinson, a floater, dealt with by Brandon Mekela. Not fully away. It's by the combination of Raskin and Tielemans, they fight to try and get that ball away, but Robertson again on it. Both full and fullbacks playing today for different outfits. Castagna and Anthony Robinson. And the former Fulham centre-half in Tim Ream out there as well. So it's a bit of a Fulham reunion out there. That pass was short of Chris Richards and has forced us to tow it forward and out of play for the goal kick for Belgium. I said a loose passes though. That's what Serginho Dest was a culprit for in the first half. Just leaving a few short. Not really causing much trouble for this Belgium side. The Ketelara trying to hit a very, very expansive pass to Trossard in behind, but overhit that one, and Fries was always the favoured player to win that battle. Skipper Tim Ream into Pulisic. The United States have been bounced out of the round of 16 a lot in recent times. At least they made it out of the group in this stage, but in this sort of competition, the round of 16 is a bare minimum for a lot of the top nations. If the USA want to consider themselves a top nation, this can only just be the start of their tournament. That's what it sort of felt like now for the likes of Belgium and Spain, who are coming good at the right time, the right phase of this tournament. No need to start like a house on fire. You can build and develop and grow in the tournament. And that's what they're doing here. Belgium are looking much more short with them without the football. But right now it's about America pushing for this one. Late challenge, nothing in that. McKennie went to ground too easily. Raskin sets the task for Luke Bacchio. Tim Ream backpedaling. to Ketelara essentially. Vanaken making the late run in there as well. Like Bacchio goes for the bar line. Went to stand it up and comes off Riemann out of play. Great defensive coverage from the aging Tim Ream. So a set play here for Belgium. Out swinging corner kick for Yuri Tielemans. They've worked these actions so well so far. It's going to be floated in this time towards a near post. No one going to touch on that one. And here's Luke Bacchio, who's been a threat always. And standing that one up, and it's too easy for Freeze to come and claim. So roll the way of Weston McKennie of Juventus. Pardon me. Still battling for my gone throat from yesterday. Anthony Robinson. Pulisic. Was he tripped and fouled? No. Referee not buying that call. Pulisic remains down. One of those ones where you just get tangled in the backswing of the kick. Who got onto it first? Tielemans or Pulisic? Tielemans. Well done, Yuri Tielemans, to get there before Christian Pulisic. Well done, the referee, to read that well. That should be a foul the other way. Tielemans has possession of the football, technically, with his foot there on it. I think that sort of efforts from players like Tielemans, Razgan, like Bacchio, and De Kuiper today that has made a big difference for Belgium. Being first those 50-50s, winning those little battles around the park and keeping the United States at bay. Belgium 11 attempts at goal. The Catalaras had 4 of them. Like that start there. Second ball won by Anthony Robinson. Beaten to it though by his teammate Castagna. And this is the part of the game where it gets a little bit agitated. Tackles start flying in. Benches start being cleared. It's a beautiful crossfield pass for Freeman. He can't take it in his stride. It's a nice ping from Tyler Adams. Got to take it down though if you're Freeman. That's not good enough at the top level. T-Boy Courtois. Will he go long this time? He sends them all up. So Courtois for distance, just to give the Belgian defence some reprieve here. Giorena, Raskin and him tussling in midfield. Referee letting it go though. Malik Tillman. Adams to Reina. It's a really great call from the referee for that earlier Pulisic kick on Tielemans. To see that Yuri Tielemans had his foot there on the ball and Pulisic didn't. Quite a vision. Malik Tillman. Dropping the shoulder and coming inside. Gio Reyna. Little dink for Balogun. Just over hit. It's had a play for a goal kick. The USA starting to purr here. Starting to heat up. Belgium back this slow play out from the back. This is what I thought gave him such a advantage in the first half. Keeping possession, forcing the Americans to chase them and press and waste a lot of that energy. Tim Ream to Pulisic. He continues to be limping after that collision with Tielemans. Poor pass broken up here. Trossard getting in behind. Vanaken didn't play the ball though. Belgium choosing just to keep the ball rather than try and push further forward. Belgium shuffling it back to Thibaut Courtois. Trying to frustrate this United States outfit and these fans. Ball over the top to Ketelara's. Oh, got the beating there of Richards. And then Freeze just dilly-dallied on it. And a chance. Empty net. It's in. Chaos from Freeze. And Vanaken strikes. And it's footballing suicide from the keeper. What was he doing out there? Belgian strike. And a 2-goal advantage has been established. And they can always reach out and touch the quarterfinals versus Spain. And the Club Brugge goal scorer, Vanaken, scoring for his nation now. It really was a strange chance because De Ketelaere got the better of Richards. He sort of gave up on it. I know Freeze was off his line, but then here, what is Freeze doing? Dilly-dallying on outside the box when De Ketelaere is on his back shoulder. I don't understand what he's trying to do there. And Tim Ream, it's unfortunate. There's not much you can do when you're backpedaling like that. That is just ridiculous for the keeper. And when you're backpedaling, Ream, you just can only get a little touch on it. It's only enough to put into the back of the net. Between Richards and Freeze, it was a calamity at the back. And again, it was Belgium who wanted it more. Pressing high up, trying to win a 50-50. And Vanaken striking there. So Christian Pulisic still hampered by that collision. Makes way and Berhalter comes on. It's looking like all three co-hosts are going to head out in the round of 16. I think if anything sums up the United States' day, you can probably show them that goal there, or the first goal. Belgium winning the 50-50s war, pressing higher, working harder, and not making mistakes. And at a level like this, at the round of 16 stage, you can't be making mistakes like that. That is just schoolboy stuff from freezing goal. Anthony Robertson, Tim Ream. And there's a loose touch for Tim Ream. Gives the ball away, and it'll be a throw for Belgium on this near side. Loose touch from Yuri Tielemans. Malik Tillman trying to come away with it. Raskin again just trying to partially break up the play. Here's Freeman. Ball with Richards. Freeman continues his run further forward. Loose touch that hands Tielemans back possession though. The keeper. That's a dangerous ball over the top. Ream has to be careful here. The Ketelaere on his back shoulder. This time Freeze just gets rid of it. Castagna back to Ngoy. Good job on Balogun today. Ngoy coming to the starting 11 and doing a good job on the centre 40. Well, shouldn't really be here today, but he's always going to be a handful. Tim Ream. Looked like a hand there for Gio Reyna, but the referee didn't see it that way. Adams. USA haven't had that oomph or, I guess, urgency when they've got the ball into these regions, sort of 40, 30 yards out from goal, to find the next pass and get moving quickly. But the players to make these runs and to play these balls, they just haven't found them today. This is more like it. Richards looking to leave it and drill it into Balogun. Tyler Adams. Ball's loose and comes away with Berhalter. But Belgium now comfortable with a 2-goal lead to be safe in their compact shape. Castagna and Robinson, the fuller men going toe-to-toe. Hasn't the fullback's been unreal today? Castagna and De Kuiper. Now give away, so a counter-attack for Belgium. De Ketelara's been tripped. Trossard. He's got no help up there. Trossard wins a corner, which is a great result. De Ketelara was tricked there on the counter-attack and wanted a card. Chance to make it 4-1 here from the corner kick for the United States. For Belgium, sorry. It's Maxime De Kuiper, left-footed out, swinging delivery. It's a flat one again. Not at the near post. Partially repelled here by Berhalter. McKennie beating Mekele to that one. Challenges flying in from Tielemans and Mekele. They went fast there, America, but to no advantage. Brandon Mekele just picking up a knock there on his knee. Hopefully that isn't too serious. We already lost Amadou Onana earlier to an injury. Right at the start of this one. USA absolutely committing now with these three at the back. Freeman, Richards and Ream. Then a three, Anthony Robertson high up the pitch. McKennie also. So even Freeman's got up the pitch as well. So it's basically a two of Ream and Richards, and Adams will sit in between them. Trying to get these overloads. Trying to get some space to operate into. The Belgium shape and the ability just to get a foot in right now. It's been so hard for the USA to bypass. Gio Reyna. Ream across to Chris Richards. Going to pick their way through here. This US side. They probably want a goal. Either just here before the drinks break or just after it to give them a good 20 or so minutes to chase an equaliser. But even then, it was a mistake from Vanaken in the end, heading that free kick into his own net almost. Freeman on the outside, cross blocked by Ngoy. The USA coming here with numbers, but that's a sight that they don't want to see. Romelu Lukaku and Jeremy Doku coming on. If it wasn't hard enough, here's these two that are so dynamic, so effective for this US side. Crowd lifting here. A sense that this is the moment for them. Swinging delivery. Goes towards Freeman. He just heads up rather than towards the target. Here is that howler from Freeze. I don't know why you're dilly-dallying on it out there. Just chaotic. Castagna with a give and go with Luke Bacchio. The Ketelara's drifted out wide right. He's done this well today. Sort of gone wide, made runs narrow. Luke Bacchio to the bar line, and then that's wasteful. He might be getting replaced here to Ketelara with Lukaku limbering up, and Docky probably like to come on for Luke Bacchio. But those two who have deputised here for the big two have done a very, very good job. I think Luke Bacchio's two-way action, his defending and his offensive running, alongside what he's done in the final third for me, has been very strong. Tillman fouled there. So Jeremy Doku and Romelu Lukaku are ready. Bacchio, after his first start at the tournament, makes way into Ketelara. Not happy, to be honest, to be dragged. But it's his 2 goals in the first half that got Belgium off to a fantastic start. Poacher's finish for the first one. Good header finish from close range as well. He's made his impact on this tournament at last. So big Rom up top. Docky goes to the left. Trossard now to the right. With Vanaken, Raskin and Tielemans behind that front three. Anthony Robinson. US just slower possession here. If he approached that 3/4 time interval, Belgium looks to hold on, get a reset, discuss how they want to approach the final few moments of this matchup, and go from there. They could add a fourth. Lukaku, Tielemans, and he gets tripped and fouled by Malik Tillman. That's a quite easy yellow card. It's time then for a drink. On that note, so one-way traffic right now. Belgium's counter-attack looking much more dangerous than the USA attacked against this low block. It's 3-1 thanks to a howler from the goalkeeper Freeze. Belgium lead here, coming back for the final 20 minutes shortly. Alrighty, so we are back here for the final 19 minutes of this round 16 tie. Belgium in the commanding position. The USA chasing it. Not too much success so far, though. Balogun got a nick. But again, Yuri Tillemans backpedaling to make the challenge. He has been unbelievable. Onside Nicola Raskin, who's the target here of this ball, but Chris Richards heads away. Throw on the far side, and now substitution time. Pepe coming on. Tyler Adams will depart on the far side, so another forward comes on, Ricardo Pepe. And the midfielder off in Adams, so expect McKennie to come more central now. Balogun turning and running into Ngoy once more. He'll see him in his nightmares tonight. Balogun, you'll see Ngoy steaming in for another challenge. Every time he's looked to turn a corner, Ngoy's there. Every time he's looked to get head of steam, Ngoy's there. Half chance in the box, Ngoy's there. Absolutely everywhere. And what a return to starting 11 for him today. Tillemans, Raskin. A lob ball forward. Lukaku will chase this in. Great pressing from Big Rom. Putting Tim Ream under all sorts of pressure. Now Anthony Robinson. Back to Freeze. It will be nervy. It's a good crossfield pass to find Freeman on the right side of the fence. Yet to see really Jeremy Doku get on the ball and cause any sorts of problems here. Anthony Robinson runs out of green grass. So we have Belgian throw here in this near side. Go for Trossard. Flicks it on to no one in particular. So Tim Ream can pick it up. On ball forward. Cross comes in Ngoy. It's an important challenge in there. Mike Tillman trying to fashion something out there. That really couldn't deliver to anyone in particular. Yuri Tillemans was there. Van Aken, Castagna, Van Aken again. Little rondo down there in the corner flag. Fantastic ball security and play by Belgium. They're toying with the US now. Courtois sends that very long in Lukaku's direction. Doku does well, and he can turn on Freeman here. And Jeremy Doku almost getting away. And Freeman conceding a corner kick. No corner, give it. Oh, wow. Not sure about that. Straight off Freeman's foot. Quarter of an hour remain here in Seattle. Quarter of an hour remains in the US's World Cup hosting campaign, it looks like. There's a stat that's appeared. Belgium scoring 12 goals. Back-to-back 3-goal games following the 5 past New Zealand. And surprisingly enough, only scored 1 versus Iran and Egypt in both those 2 games, which is quite remarkable. Castagna caught by his teammate, Anthony Robinson. Stepping down and stomping on the foot of Castagna there. This is the US finding their level. They're not as big as they think they are. Easy run in, and have still yet to really cause any sorts of problems. Tillman. There's obviously some X-Factor players in there. Tillman, Adams, McKennie. And for the most part, there's not good enough players to compete against some of the best. And the two more challenging opponents they've faced, they've been totally outplayed in Turkey and Belgium. So maybe a real harsh reality of where they actually sit rather than what they thought they sat at. Tillman trying to squeeze one through there. Don't know there's much else that Mauricio Pochettino can do in terms of tactics or decisions for this side. Well, that one for Freeman. Structure and shape of Belgium, so rigid. Looking more like a 4-4-2 at the moment with Lukaku, Van Aken pressing high up the pitch, and Tillman and obviously Raskin centrally. With Doku and Trossard out wide. De Kuiper continuing to battle away. Continue to be so solid. Floats up. Away it goes to Mekele. Fired in. Oh. From Berhalter. Just fizz wide of the face. And that could have been a goal out of nothing there. Oh, it's not far at all. Midfield battle one in there by Raskin. It's a loose ball that McKennie's picked up on. Bit of momentum now in the favour of the United States. That's all come to a halt because McKennie has tripped himself over there. As Kevin De Bruyne watches on, his services will not be needed today. They've done it without him. They've done it by committee. Lukaku holding the ball up against 3 US players, and somehow Belgium come away with it. Great touch and take by Leandro Trossard. Anthony Robertson being stronger, though, and winning that ball back. And here comes Pepe. And gives it away to Yuri Tillemans. Again, in the right place at the right time. Him and Raskin have ran that midfield. And the end product and the quality in the football has not been there for the United States today. Doku on Freeman. No fancy his chance and draws a free kick out of Weston McKennie. He just drew him in. And now they've got under their skins here. Doku knows what he's doing out there. Just holding off McKennie. Feels the hands around the body and then goes to ground, and that's always going to be a foul. Maybe with some 50-50s didn't go their way further up the pitch to US. Now the frustrations will build. With frustration comes errors. That's where Belgium can strike, but that, that pass is anything going to work out for Maxim De Kuiper right in the corner. No for Anthony Robertson ready to go. We've also got a Pepe. Battling away with Ngoy. Tillemans had his pass broken up. Balogun the runner. Mekele missed his kick. And Balogun's in behind. Florian Balogun. What a save from Thibaut Courtois. Stayed strong and stood his ground. Brandon Mekele, though, just missed his kick. And that chance was created from there. Got to stay solid. Limit mistakes here, Belgium. Done all the hard work. Florian Balogun has to hit it right in the top corner to beat Thibaut Courtois from there, you'd think. The angle tightening. The distance between the two becoming less and less as the seconds went on. McKennie on the twist and the turn. Balogun. Mekele now manning him up. And Mekele's put it behind. They need to rechange that matchup. They have Mekele on Pepe and Ngoy on Balogun. That has to be the matchups. Out-swinging delivery to come here. The US just pushing lights on. Balogun's head up. Courtois can claim and go to ground. Giving away again from Belgium. They just can't keep control of the football right now. They'll take 2 or 3 minutes in possession. Being Berhalter in midfield. It's just throwing his body around and just lifting the side. Berhalter. Looking for Robinson. And Goy gets rid of that. That'll do at the moment. That's a bad sight. Amadou Onana with the knee brace on. Good toe in by Mekele. It's a big loss for not only Belgium, but club football and Aston Villa as well. The man that seems to always be in some sort of injury trouble. Villa will need him this season with Champions League football on the horizons. Following up from that Europa League victory as well. That's a big loss for them. Anthony Robinson. Castagna gets a toe in. Trossard. Once again, though, only out of play for a throw. Well, put him by Robinson. Comes to Maxence Kuiper. He gets rid of it. Now Jeremy Doku can take ground and carry this ball. Freeman going to tow him and not enough to stop Jeremy Doku. Doku to Lukaku. Is this the dagger? Not quite. Doku to Trossard. Leandro Trossard chopping inside. And Chris Richards in the way. It came back though to Trossard. Tries to lull the defenders to sleep. Just recycles it to Raskin. Project possession here. Project keep ball for Belgium. Take the sting out of this one. Take the wind out of the US sails. Little deep ball for Raskin. Heads it onto himself. Cuts the ball back, but no one's in there. In the 6-yard box. That's a wasted chance. Anakin. Castagna twisting and turning and twisting himself silly. Gave the ball away. It's a foul there in all of that. Rudy Garcia can't believe it. I don't know where the foul actually is in all of this. His body's flying around everywhere. Castagna's being shoved to the ground and then... Oh, jeez, not much in that. One likes it, one doesn't. Belgium get 2 more subs ready from the bench. Look at Tiat down there. The Witzel down there. And someone else as well. Get some fresh legs to see out this result. Belgium a little flick. And Goy, though, read it like a book. Out to the left-hand side now where the Kuiper is. Oh, beautiful little fake to get past Berhalter. Now with Doku. And being bundled over there. Silly from Berhalter. Should know better than that. Doku knows what he wants to do. I think Garcia's got this selection right. Bring on those fresh legs, the energy in Lukaku and Doku. Start the hard workers. Tielemans and Razgun. You can always bring on Kevin De Bruyne as well. It's what I thought, many thought Portugal should have with Cristiano Ronaldo. Bring him on with 20 to play and let him go to work. Done the same thing here. Belgium started the younger, this is a less renowned players and brought on the big names later on to make the difference. I'll tell you who's a big name who has made a difference is Yuri Tielemans, though. He has been absolutely everywhere. It's not the double which we saw from him last time they were here in Seattle. But it's the overall game. Defensive actions, covering, ball playing. His performance had a lot today. That Courtois kick's gone down to the end and out of play. And cue the mass substitutions here for the final few moments. Trossard off for Alexis Salamakers. Axel Witsel, one of the other veterans, coming on as well. And it's for Nikola Razgun. What a performance he's put in today. Timothy Castaños throw. Be ticking to the 90th minute now. Just casual diagonal ball for Tillman. And a great overlapping run by Anthony Robinson. He sets it up, but no one's there in the box at all. Went over Balogun's head and no one was following in. So a strong performance here from Belgium. They've showed what they're all about. They showed their ability to start fast, to work hard, to pounce on those 50-50 battles, to capitalise on mistakes. It's been a team performance today. That's some of the big names out there from the start. No Doku, no De Bruyne, no Lukaku from the start of this matchup. But they did it through players like De Ketelaere, Razgun, Tielemans, De Kuiper. Only 4 minutes added on here, so it's almost no time at all for the US left. And Spain are a very, very tough task. They're a very good side, but they really haven't been that overwhelmingly great in terms of going forward. They are a tough cookie to crack defensively, yet to concede in the tournament. Balogun let it run and gave it straight to Alexis Salamakers. And Doku come away with it. Fresh legs of Salamakers making the underlapping run. Salamakers trying to go at Freeman. Ran himself straight into the defender. Now with McKennie. And Anthony Robinson. Another ball overhit for Belgium. And not enough players in the box right now for the US. Toku killed that ball dead. And Beholter again, all over him. The final few substitutions are made. Hadji right. Aston. Florian Balogun, he makes way. As the fans start to hit the exits. Belgium can start to celebrate here. Now I think the job's not done yet, though. I think Spain are a very beatable side in this tournament. If he poses enough of a threat. Oh, poor giveaway from Richards. Lukaku! That's the icing on top of the Belgium cake. And he delivers again off the bench. And Belgium now has set their sights on a quarter-final tie once again. They've got Spain to face off against in that tie. Another mistake from the back from the US. Another mistake capitalized on by Belgium. And Big Rom again. Always Big Rom. He continues just to add goals from the bench in every single game. Like clockwork. Saw down the pressing work up there. I think that's... Is that Vanaken up there? Pressing and winning the ball back twice. The second time it fell the way of Lukaku. And from that sort of range in the box, he's never going to miss. Despite all the effort of Chris Richards. That's in the far corner. And Belgium are heading on. Rudy Garcia and his side have hit form at the perfect time of this tournament. And it's from bad to worse for this US outfit. That should surely do us. This is one more attack here, a chance for 5. And that is that. It is the fantastic fall for Belgium. They got the job done here today. And maybe, just maybe, some of the golden generation can have another taste at going all the way. They've absolutely demolished the US today, who were humbled and embarrassed on the day by a far superior outfit that looked the part. And from what we've seen now, second most goals scored of this tournament, maybe they can be the team to topple the Spanish. They can believe they could go and do something here. It was a Ketelara double in the first half, matched by Malik Tillman, Vanaken in the second half, and Lukaku right at the end. 4 goals to 1. Belgium cruise it, and they face off against Spain in a quarter-final tie. It was dominant. It was convincing. It was superb from this Belgium outfit. For all the best for them today. And they move on to the quarterfinals. The end of the road for the Americans. No surprise they didn't get past a very, very solid Belgium side. An NTL 4-1 in favour of the Belgium side.